This is Darren Maralia with Semperis, and in this video, what I'm going to show you is how you can use the PowerShell module for Directory Services Protector, DSP, to search for AD change records where there is no associated changed by user account. These kinds of records can indicate changes happening to Active Directory through attacks that essentially bypass the security event log and therefore could indicate somebody's trying to essentially make unauthorized changes to Active Directory. So I have a PowerShell script here. In the first line, I prompt for my DSP credentials. And in the second line, I actually make the connection to the DSP server. Then I go ahead and set a date range on my search and store the results of the search using get DSP changed item here on this variable called changes. And then I iterate through each of the changed items in this line looking for records where changed by is blank, and I store those in a variable called blanks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run this script up to the point at which changes gets assigned here in PowerShell. So I'm going to prompt for my changes. This is the essentially my credentials for accessing the DSP server. So now I'm going to go ahead and store all of the changes within that date time range in this variable called changes, and you can see that it contains records where changed by is completed. In other words, there's a user associated with it, as well as those where the record is blank. So now what I want to do is if I go back to my script, I'm going to go and do this iterate through all of the changes and show and store all the blank ones in a variable called blanks. Try that again. And so now blanks contains all of my records with blank output. And if I want, I can output this to a grid view, and I can see all these in a sort of easy to view format. Or I can output these to CSV. And so I can take the output of blanks and use the export CSV PowerShell commandlet to export these to CSV. And now if I open this CSV file in Excel, you'll see that you can view and search for the records based on their header information and all of the properties associated with that file. So that concludes our look at finding AD change records that have blank changed by fields within Directory Services Protector.